So the video actually is something that I wanted to make for a very long time. It's just that my condo management is basically up to them in saying, oh, whether you can or cannot. The thing is, right, government should do a guideline, right, by Suruhan Jaya Tenaga, and probably with whatever parties that is involved, right, issued a fixed guideline that says that as long as you are basement 1, basement 2, level 1, level 2, they have already established this, you can install. Alright? And condo management cannot say you cannot. It is equivalent to condo management saying saying that you cannot install air conditioning unit with a compressor hanging outside. Alright? It's akin to that. Because as long as you follow every single guideline that is there, and of course plot ratio as well, something like a plot ratio. I mean, there are residences that are 3,000, 4,000 units, but then those are probably not the target market of EV chargers, EV users as well. So we just want a fixed guideline that as long as you comply to all this, the safety standards, the way, the methods of installation, everything is there, right? You can install, right? So I think the government needs to do a lot of these things, right? Groundworks to actually allow EV. Now the problem now is that everybody is selling EV cars. Nobody pretty much care to establish all these standards to alleviate the pressure that people had. You know, a lot of people want to buy EV cars. You know, it helps the government as well because you don't have to subsidize that many petrol, gasoline, and all that. I know it's another question. Electricity bills are subsidized as well. But the thing is, we are a country with plenty of sunlight, plenty of river, hydropower and all that. We can transition to a full renewable energy source, alright? You just need to have all this groundwork. Say for example, apps. There are thousands of apps out there, right? And it's so troubling. And having an app to interface with customers also means that a mom and pop shop, you know, in Thailand and Vietnam, right, you are a mom and pop shop, right? You can actually follow the guideline and just install a charger in front of your shop and then you charge people when they use it, or in front of your house. That is the true democratization. Now, in order to do that, I think we as taxpayers, right, we have spent so much money on the app. Say for example, My Sejahtera. Of course, now we have My JBJ, but the integration of My JBJ or whatever, what app out there, none of those apps can fight My Sejahtera. My Sejahtera, everybody has an account, right? Why don't the government just say that, okay, now My Sejahtera would be of like a government app whereby all the EV companies out there, you can have your own app, but you must plug in to My Sejahtera. So with one My Sejahtera app, right, it knows my location. I can search for whatever charger that is available out there. I can report chargers that are faulty and all that. And I can use my car and charge, I know, on a macro glimpse. Now, right, you need to go into individual app to see which one is available, which one is near you, which one is not near you. It's crazy. It's like a free-for-all out there. Alright, I think that should improve a lot by allowing all the other apps, no, forcing, not allowing, forcing, mandating all the other companies that does chargers, you must tap in and share your charger location information and all that. Okay, that's one thing. The condo high-rise residence is another thing. You see, the dilemma is this: EVs are perfect for cities, all right, but most city people stays in high-rise. You see the contradictory thing with this, right? It's a major contradiction. All right, they have to solve these two problems. The third one, I think a lot of EV cars are selling in Malaysia now. Yes, tax-free, yes. What do we get in return as Malaysians? Alright? Before this, any car that comes in, tax. The taxation comes to the government coffers and is spent for Malaysians. But if it is not tax, if they are not setting up local manufacturing capacities, benefiting local industries and all that, right? Like the traditional car makers, right? What do we get out of it? What do we get? Like Tesla just comes in and dumps cars and sells everywhere. Every other brand comes in. There has to be something. There has to be a catch. I think the government can consider this. Say for example, I do not have absolute figures. Every 10 car you sell, or a value base, every 3 million worth of car that you sell, you have to install X number of chargers. See, that is a way to force car makers to price in the chargers cost into their cars. Yes, it will rise up a little bit, but it's amortized across the volume. And then whenever they sell cars, it's very popular, it sells a lot, a shitload, they're adding to the burden of the entire grid. Very good, because the more you sell, the more you have to install. Wouldn't that be beneficial to Malaysians in the long run? The fourth thing, I think that's the last one, road tax. Road tax by kW or by engine displacement is a wrong method, because the initial purpose of tax is to take more from those who are richer to spread it to the poor. So traditionally, those who buy a big engine car, you have to pay more road tax, right? So they apply this logic to EVs. But think about it, EVs are all hyper powerful, they're all very, very powerful. You're going to charge sky high prices, you're just going to tank the resale value. Now, on first look, tanking resale value benefits the secondary buyers, right? Not exactly. It's an evaporation of wealth. Just imagine this. Imagine all the property in Malaysia suddenly lost 30% of its value. What does that mean? It means an evaporation of wealth in the country. So, I always suggest this, maybe you can charge 1% of insured value or 0.5% of insured value depending on whatever schemes, but basically follow the value of the car, because by the time the car is 5 years, the person who buy the car at 100,000 may not have the same affordability or same disposable income as someone who bought it at 500,000, right? So if you follow the insured value of the car, you will be able to charge road tax accordingly, and I would say fairly. Alright? These things will help the industry, will help the propagation of EVs and chargers and everything. Alright? So these are my thoughts, and I hope more people spread this video and let people know and let the government know or consider my suggestions. Cheers. Hi guys. This is Mr. Jeremy. Yeah, shy, first time on camera, so give him a break. Anyway, the reason I'm now driving a Model Y is also thanks to Mr. Jeremy, because his company, actually, you want to tell, like, what's the name of your company?
We are called My EV Mart.
Oh, My EV Mart.
Yes.
So you will be bringing in a lot of EV related products.
Mainly, actually, we've started off with two major SKUs.
Yep.
Okay, one of them is called Juice Box.
Yep.
And another entry-level EV charger is the Way Box.
Oh, it's called Way Box and
Yes,
Juice Box.
Correct.
Oh, okay. So some of you who follow Horizon would have known earlier that I've been telling you guys that if you are buying an EV charger, I mean, if your car doesn't come with a free EV charger and you are on the lookout for the best EV charger, I recommended Juice Box and was telling you all because I met Mr. Jeremy. And of course, they have told me a lot. They've shown me a lot of the stuff that, you know, the awards that Juice Box has won on many countries, right?
Yes.
And then which other country car makers that like Juice Box comes with the car that they certify it as the best? Like you show me Thailand, right?
Yeah, Thailand is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Thailand back in 2018, they've started pairing Enel X-Way Juice Box. Recently also the Way Box for
Yep.
all the Volvo range of EV sold.
Yep.
Mainly the Pure Recharge C40
Yep.
and X40. So that is one of them. That's our nearest neighbors. And Juice Box, they are, you know, Italian crafted. It's craftsmanship from Italy. Okay, it's owned by a company called Enel X-Way, which is a subsidiary of Enel, which is the Italian government-owned utility company. In fact, they are the second largest after China in the whole world.
Oh.
And they are a 63-year-old company, and about 5 years ago, they've taken the Juice Box from US and they've added a new design, which is the current design that we will be using to charge this Model Y shortly. Okay, so this manufacturer of Juice Box and Way Box, they are actually, you know, owned by Enel X, and this division for e-mobility is called Enel X-Way. So they've been around for over 63 years. So you know, they know what they're doing, you see. So you know, they've in addition to that, they are also the sponsors of full electric motorsports, namely Moto E, which is the racing circuit for the motorbikes, and as well as for the Extreme E. Extreme E is another full electric motorsport where it's done off-road with a male and female driver taking you know, one part of the race, and then the second part taken over by another. Wow! To feel the power of electric. Okay.
Sorry, I saw that road.
Yeah, great.
Sorry for interrupting just now.
No, it's okay.
But then, so that means, because I look at chargers, right? Like all consumers, right?
Yeah.
I look at all the chargers. From outside, it looks exactly the same to us, just different designs, right? So, and the thing is this, I have friends who buy Taycan, who buy like e-tron, you know, Tesla, all that thing, right? In comparison to the price of the car, the charger is actually nothing, right? Yes. The market out there is flooded by a lot of, I wouldn't say, I mean, I know some people will say, oh, those are low quality, but then for me, I can't tell the difference, except the box big or small and all that. So for them, right, the car is 700,000 ringgit, 800,000 ringgit. And then the charger that they bought is 2,000 ringgit. And then the best one in the market, or the most expensive, some people ask me, what's the most expensive, what's the best one in the market? It only costs what, 5,000-6,000 ringgit.
Yes, that's correct.
So from your understanding, what made you choose Juicebox? And can you tell me as a consumer, if I'm a consumer now, if I'm a potential customer now, what is the differences in, is it spec or is it material? Is it what is the main thing that made Juicebox expensive, and people who use them rated them as the best? What is it?
Okay, our chargers are definitely not the cheapest in the market, neither is it the most expensive.
Okay.
Prior to the Italian taking over in 2018, it was the best-selling EV charger, this Juicebox, in United States of America, 5 consecutive years.
But what was the reason that they win so many awards, like Consumer Report and all that, right?
Okay, it has you know, coupled with the smart features as well as very rapid charging. In fact, both Juiceboxes and the Waybox are, you know, AC chargers. They come with a lot of proprietary app functions that you can operate the charger without being near to the charging session or your vehicle. So I will show that in a while. But you know, on top of that is won an accolade called a prestigious award. It's called Compasso d'Oro. It's an Italian award for best industrial design, and this falls under the EV charging category. So it's actually a combination of Cos and Suzani design, which you know, came out with this current outlook of the chargers, which is you know, is meant to enhance you know, any home or office setting. Okay,
even the materials are different, like from the cheaper range or China-made ones.
Okay, as you know, Enel X-Way comes from the energy and power sector, so they actually install a lot of power meters, you know, for different industries, residential. So you know, they do upgrade all these power meters. So what do they do? So in line with the green initiatives and e-mobility and you know, saving the environment, so what they do is all these meters don't go to waste, so they recycle them. They all those plastic mechanical parts are you know, recycled and all turned into you know, the parts that goes into the EV charger for the design. So that is another way of protecting the environment that was taken up by the manufacturer.
But in terms of the grade of like cables or whatever transistors, I don't know what goes on inside. They use a more industrial grade, higher grade materials, more resistant, more stable, is it? Or what?
Yeah, this the juice box is of course designed and crafted by the Italians, but the manufacturing itself also comes out from Poland, which is also Europe. Yeah, all the components, especially the LED segment that shows you the different state of charging on the charger itself, is also all sourced from Europe. And I like to especially mention, the charging cable that we use is also under the international standard IEC 62196, which is the cable used 6 mm diameter, and it comes with a standard Type 2 plug. Okay.
What about other chargers? The other chargers out there in the market, right? The cheaper ones, right? Do they comply to all these standards? In terms of material that they use and all that, or it's like a free for all?
No, I do not want to comment on the other chargers, but I believe that some of these requirements they do, but some would still be needed to be verified. Okay, but we know that the plug is also sourced from ITT Canon, which is one of the most reputable for EV charging plugs. So this one you can actually see from the robustness and the craftsmanship of how the plug is manufactured. So that is integrated with the 6 mm cable and into the charger that you see both in the juice box and Ray box.
I heard some people mention about charging stability, right? They say, for example, right, near my house, right, they have this charger. I have to pay one, those apps one, right? Yeah. So by right AC and based on the app, it says 22 kilowatt. But when I plug in the car, it's not charging at 22 kilowatt. It's charging at a slower rate. Sometimes it's faster. What is the? I'm not sure if what is the reason for that? Some
Very
chargers.
Good question again, Bobby. Okay, this depends on the type of EV or plug-in hybrid that you are charging with. Okay.
Yeah.
Because as you know, all the our electricity that you use in charging, except for the DC fast chargers. Okay, these AC chargers. Okay, it will all depend on the onboard charging management system in the vehicle itself. So there are cars that allow up to 11 kilowatt charging, and there are, for example, like the Audi e-tron, the Smart #1, they allow up to 22 kilowatt. So that is one of the highest that you can charge using an AC charger. Okay. So the AC that comes out or delivered by the AC charger, so your car, if it's allowed to take in up to 11 kilowatt, we can safely say that the juice box and Ray box will give you at least the 11 kilowatt charging per hour or slightly more. All right. So if your onboard charger, if it's 7 kilowatt, unfortunately, your car will you probably charge at the rate that the manufacturer has already incorporated into the vehicle itself.
Then the last thing that I learned, last time when I was sharing with people, right, is that the mobile app of Juicebox is very powerful, right? You can control the charger to activate it, deactivate it, right? What other functions that one can do with the mobile phone? Like create different cards or?
Okay, of course, every charger, it comes with a free RFID card. Basically, for users that they
how many RFID cards?
One RFID cards are provided, but of course you can always get more if you wish to incorporate that, for your controlling your charging during the you may have visitors, or you're in the charger is installed in a more common area. So it's basically a key to unlock to charge, and after your charging session you can also lock it so nobody else will have access to the charger.
But it's not necessary to every time need to use the RFID, right? Only when you set it.
Correct. It comes with a default to plug and charge. But coming back to your earlier question about using the app, of course it comes with a proprietary app called the X-Way app, which can be downloaded on both for both Android and also iPhones. Okay.
How many RFID card can can be issued? Like, can we, like customers who buy from you, can they request to buy more RFID cards?
Of course, yeah, we do provide, you know, if you want to have additional cards to be purchased, yeah, we can, you know, support that. And, you know, your earlier question, yeah, unlimited quantity of cards can be pegged to your app as well. But coming back to the app allows you to see your charging sessions, your current one, as well as after every charging station. You will be able to see how much charging kilowatt you have entered during your previous charging session. The history will be stored in your app, you know, for unlimited period of time. So, you know, and if you have more chargers installed in your car, so you may use different chargers, then all this history as you're charging, you can activate all the, you know, different charging station at your facility. You will still have that data stored in your app. Okay, so just finally, you can of course, you know, start charging at any time, you know, at the comfort of your office or inside or in your living room. Okay, while the charging.
I'm trying to think, where's the charging port?
Okay.
On the left side, right? Left rear, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
the Y is on the left hand side. So, but over here we are now. Yeah, you can just put in.
Just gonna reverse park. Yeah. Since now it's on 21%, so perfect to charge it. So we're here at this place called Hong Tai Industries. Actually, this car belongs to them, and they are one of Mr. Jeremy's customer who installed the juice box charger here. And I think it's perfect for them because with the RFID and all that, right, he can control access, who gets to use it and all that. I mean, there's a form of control, and it takes up a very little space outside. Seeing very elegant, small little thing there.
Good thing you mentioned, Bobby, because a lot of people, you can see that later that is the chargers are mounted on metal stand because you know, these chargers can be mounted on the wall, you know, if there's space. If not, in similar to Hong Tai Industries case, they prefer to mount these two chargers on metal stand provided by us.
All right, so let's go charge the car.
Fantastic.
The Model Y. And for those of you considering Model Y, right, let me tell you, it's exactly the same as the Model 3, just that you sit higher, plusher, more headroom, room everywhere, and I think it looks cute. Yeah, the Model Y. Aircon outlet, I have no comments, but so far the whole car has been cooled down perfectly. I don't feel any air being blown to the wireless charger. Maybe it should, because every wireless charger heats up the phone. All right, let's go down and charge the car and have a look at the stuffs. Cheers. Basically, it's like charging every charger. But what do you call this thing? The gun or what?
Yeah, this is I call it charging gun. We call it the plug, which is the most common one is the Type 2, or in other terms, Manekis. Okay? It's the most common for Europe and EV cars that are sold in Malaysia. Okay, all you have to do, this one here is of course for the DC charging. So you just have to insert this.
Yeah.
Okay, then if you like to use the app, okay.
So just now this one, the whole thing that you mentioned is they use recycled materials to build
all
this.
All this plastic is all recycled. Okay.
But it's very high quality.
Yeah, it's high.
So this is where you tap the card.
This is the LED that will blink. When it's charging yellow, there's yellow, blue. That is for different state, like it's setting up and all that. This is a 6mm cable as compared
Yours
to
is more.
It's very
hardy.
Correct. And
I've seen some that are more softer, flimsy one.
Yeah, correct, Bobby. Because the plug actually they are different grade.
Lighter.
It looks the same, Type 2, but the material that goes into it. So I mean, of course, you don't use your vehicle to run over it. The right way, it will still crack. But
some people wow, when they heard 5-6K, oh, then again, I'm like, your car is 500,000-600,000. Yeah. Then you go and pick you try and save 1-2K from a charger. Even the best one is only 5,000-6,000. Why you bother? I tell them what, your coating costs more than this.
You are right, because
And if you
this
don't use a good one, something happened when you're charging.
So as the Model Y is on the charger 2. Of course, there are two juice box installed over at Hong Tai Industry.
Yeah.
So we are at charger 2. Of course, this icon and all that, you can configure, for different names. So just now we paused the charging, over using the app, so you
Yeah.
can easily resume.
So the device itself runs on Wi-Fi or SIM card or what?
Yes, it runs on a basic Wi-Fi system. It's using 2.4 gigahertz, 802.11 BGN.
But can also use SIM card.
SIM card, that's
A router,
yeah.
separate a router
Yeah,
thing.
you
lah.
just need a Wi-Fi signal to pair this with the charger, hotspot, and you can start using the app.
So no matter how we need internet connection, right?
Yeah. So we've just resumed. This shows you, 5 minutes, how many kilowatt has been added. Okay.
So what other functions available in the app?
Okay, you can see how much. You can see the charging curve. Okay. Yeah. So now it's at 11. Okay. Of course, this is one of the characteristic of the car. It will slowly increase. Okay. So now it's pulling at 11.1 kilowatt per hour. Okay. This can be accessed through the app. Okay. Or besides the kilowatt, seeing the kilowatt added, you can also go to this. How many kilometers has been added equivalent to the kilowatt charging. So there are a lot of other functions. Okay, this one is the Waybox info. Okay, this shows you the serial number. Okay, so of course type 2 is under Europe and all that, so you can always save it, or you can also change to your local time. Okay, of course there's other smart charging, like some people, they come back, they want to schedule charging. You can plug in the vehicle, you can set fixed time, let's say for weekdays, you can start by charging, even though the plug is plugged in. Yeah, you can, okay, for example, today is Thursday. Okay, Thursday, you set the time, maybe at 8 o'clock at night or 11.
Let me explain why this is important. In a lot of European countries, right, they have different rates at different time. Their electricity rates will change according to the time of the day, because in power generation, it is something that you cannot stop. Let's say your hydro dam is running, right? Your solar power is running. You cannot stop them one. So there are times whereby usage is low, the power is still being generated, so the rates will be very low. So you can set your charger to only power up during that gaps. If our country goes to that direction, it will become useful as well, whereby probably 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. is peak hour. People come home from work, shower, heater, everything, so the rates are higher. But from 11 onwards to 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., those are the low hours. So you plug your car, you go to sleep, you set your charger from 2 a.m., charge to 5 a.m. Very low peak hours, and the electricity rates are lower, and it saves you money. Yeah.
And then as you use the app, there's another function called sharing of pin, because this chargers belongs to Hong Tai, but they may want to extend the charging functions to guests or someone
someone
in the
who doesn't have
organization.
the RFID card.
ID, yeah, because the charger, without activating through the app, you will need this 6-digit pin. Of course, the person using it will still need to download the app on their smart devices. Okay, so they enter this 6-digit pin that is shared by Hong Tai, and they are also allowed access to the charging facility.
Okay, now I understand already. Most chargers are TV. This is smart TV. You have the app to do all these things.
Good way of putting it.
Right, smarter and more dynamic, and then can save. At the end of the day, you found a charger in Malaysia in the public and it works, then it's already got sent. And these are all additional features. But I want to ask, if the owner, someone who just installed the charger at home, he don't need all this. He doesn't need to set up all this, right? He just plug, it will charge, right?
Yeah, of course.
Without all this, only if you set, then it follows your criteria.
Yes, actually there's another function on the app, but over here you can see the juice box is providing the maximum power that the Model Y is manufactured to take. You see, it's now charging at 11.29. So you can also configure the charger just to be a default as a plug and charge. Okay, it's actually now start to plug and charge. You can even control the kilowatt, you know, the amperage.
That's what I want to ask just
yes.
now. Oh.
Okay, so now we you know, it's set at 21 kilowatt. You can, of course, if you want to lock it, you just select this function. Okay, but you know, you cannot interrupt because the Y is now charging. Okay.
So that means if I'm someone who has the car parked at home for a long period of hours, I can actually set it to the lowest, everything lowest, let it slowly charge. Doesn't need to always go fast charging,
you can do that, or I think the manufacturer of the vehicle, they have already, you know, set it to, like, for example, 7 kilowatt per hour or 11. I think you know,
it's
I
safe
think it's
within that realm.
within the range.
Okay.
Because the juice box or the weigh box is already configured to always deliver the highest charge unless you change the setting on the app. But like, you know, Bobby, you can always you know, keep it as a plug and charge, because if it's in a home environment, you want everybody in your family, or you may have another vehicle that is also using the charger. You just plug it and charge. But if you have the app, you can still see all the functions that I just shared earlier on, all the history and the charging cycle.
Okay, so guys, now the picture is clearer. Before this, right, for me, it's that, okay, Mr. Jeremy and his business partner came and talked to me, asked me, can we share this out there? And I have the same question as you guys, as consumers, right? Just a box for different design, some yellow, some pink, some purple, and then the cable is all the same, it's industry standard now, right? Of course, they brought some cables and showed me how flimsy the cheaper ones were. Theirs are all industry grade. Nevertheless, for me, it's like charger lah. And what got me into, like, okay, starting to trust is when they tell me that Volvo Thailand supplies, after choosing among so many, Volvo Thailand choose to stick with Inel X-Way's juice box. And then after that, Toyota. Okay, and of course, then they show me all the all the awards that this charger won in US, in Europe and all that. Of course, the question is still in my mind, is like, charger lah, go home, charge only what. But slowly understanding. I haven't understand all because I'm not from this industry. You can open the box to me, I can't tell what is what, you know. I have no idea. But slowly I understand, okay, the app has a lot of user. I mean, the app is so easy to use when I see what he's doing there. And the dynamics with which you can set the amperage, the kilowatt and all that. So I think now I slowly understand. And of course, when I'm having an EV, I will definitely buy juice box for now, because if Volvo says it's safe, it's good to use, to supply with, that's a very good certification, even though it's not a certificate, okay? For those of you, your electric car is a few 100,000 ringgit. You want to save 1-2K and buy the cheapest charger, I won't know, right? It's cheaper than your coating. Heck, it's around the price of your tinting, all right? So for those of you who are interested, do contact My EV Mart on Facebook, and I'll put their links below. I'll put your contact details and all that below, okay? And so far today, I achieved probably 30% of understanding on chargers. Long way to go. Thank you so much.
You can let me know anytime. Yeah,
Thank you so much, Mr. Jeremy. For those of you who want to watch the Chinese version, you can watch Rachel's channel, where Rachel will also speak to someone from My EV Mart. All right? Cheers.